Okie dokie. Sorry I'm late, but better late than never. So, I thought that the next episode of Filthy Rich and Catflap would be a good way to round off the week. Also, the beginning of a new month. Good way to start a new month and end another week. Episode 3, Dinner Party. Let's do it. Took me a while to find a decent quality version, so I hope this is the best one. Already. Sounds...
Let me see. The groaning board, the teeming table, the endless variety of God's bounty. Chefing is a truly perfect art, far above mere painting or sculpture. You can't eat a sheet of canvas or a lump of rock.
I don't know. You could if you're drunk enough and had enough ketchup. Morning, Richie.
Do my senses deceive me? Has Eddie Catflap emerged from the arms of Morpheus, or perhaps a nearby elephant has blown off?
No. Right first time, it is I, Smelly Eddie. To whiff him is to love him. Ready for anything as long as it's alcoholic. Morning, Richie.
Where's my shopping list? Gas mask. Now then, shall we have 7 courses or 8? Don't want to look ostentatious. On the other hand, don't want to look like a bloody pauper. Better make it 12. We can always be like the Romans and throw up between courses.
You know, I don't see why the Romans should get all that credit.
Romans? I thought that's what models did.
For that idea, I mean, I've been doing it for years. Morning, Richie.
12 gas masks, close peg for nose, smelling salts, and a one-way ticket to Australia to get away from Eddie's whiff.
I said morning, Richie!
I got you then, didn't I? I got you! Morning, Eddie. I trust you slept well?
Fantastic! A truly great sleep. On the scale of 1 to 5, 5,429,562.
You find sleeping face down in the toilet conducive to restful slumber?
And why shouldn't I sleep in the lavatory? You wet the bed.
Once, I had a terrible nightmare, but I was ordinary and untalented. And there was a momentary aberration. It's a sign of having an extra vivid subconscious.
It's a sign of having an extra drippy tiddler.
Eddie, I was having a nightmare, but I was a pleb! It was a...
I mean, yeah.
It's a sign of having an extra vivid subconscious.
It's a sign of having an extra drippy tiddler.
Eddie, I was having a nightmare, but I was a pleb! It was a horrifying experience.
I remember the night so well. I awoke to hear Richie screaming into the middle of the night. His heartrending sobs echoing round the house. Why, you wept like a...
Anybody tried these yet? They're so, like, just devoid of any flavour. They might as well be ready salted. Just get the normal green cheese pack versions of them.
A soul in torment. I rushed in to find poor, frightened Richie, shivering, terrified, white, sitting in a puddle.
Yes, and what did you do?
I don't remember.
You switched on my electric blanket.
Only to take your mind off the nightmare.
You completely electrocuted my love truncheon.
Love truncheon? Love pencil, more like. Well, love pin, actually.
Love truncheon, more like love pencil.
Love truncheon? Love pencil, more like. Well, love pin, actually.
Eddie, what's this?
Annoying?
I don't know.
It's one of my scary looks, isn't it?
Is it really?
Right.
My intimidating frown, so you just...
Intimidating. And, who, pray tell, is that supposed to intimidate? Into what?
Is it really?
My intimidating frown, so you just watch out.
Has the hair grown back yet? Your love blobs look like Yul Brynner snogging with Kojak.
I'm not prepared to rise to it, Eddie. Your spite and venom offends me not.
Baldy blobs.
Right, that's it. No, seriously, that is it. I hope you've got a good lawyer, Edward Catflap, because I'm suing and you're going to prison forever. Hello, Filthy? Yeah, it's Richie here. I want to sue Eddie. Richie Rich. Your client. Well, I'm about 5'10", brown hair. Look, it's not important. My minder, Edward, says that I've got bald love blobs and I want to sue. Have I? Well, they're not so much bald as receding, really. Well, I can put a wig on them for the trial. Bloodsucker, what am I paying you for? Oh, no, I don't. It was a rhetorical question. Goodbye forever. He was furious. But I persuaded him to give you another chance.
Oh, shut up, Richie. And tell me why you are wearing a hat that makes you look like you've got a toilet roll on your head.
Because, Eddie, I have taken up the skillet and the frying pan. I've been studying cookery all morning, and I am now a master chef. That's why I'm wearing this great hat.
Well, you look like a chicken drumstick.
Ha-ha! Wrong again, because actually I look great. We are having a dinner party.
Oh.
8 for 8:30. The food, the fine wine, the little chocolatey minty thingies.
Who's coming?
Oh, just one or two close personal friends.
Oh, dear. The man from the Dirty Mag Shop and Wino Bill, again.
You really are insanely jealous, aren't you, Edward? I keep forgetting, of course, you're not in the biz, are you? The huge, fantastic galaxy of showbiz stars are all brothers and sisters to me. Tarby, for instance, is bound to accept. Especially after the brilliant invitations I sent out. The years and the tears. Come and celebrate Richie Rich's 10 fabulous years of success.
How sad.
From third dummy in the window on Are You Being Served to his very own carpet ad.
Look, I am not sitting at the same table as Tarby, and that's that.
No, Eddie, no. We're talking about Jimmy Tarbuck. The cheeky chap from the pool. Everybody's pal. The jolly gap-toothed scouser with a twinkle in his eye and a smile for every honest Englishman.
Look, if there's one thing I hate in British entertainment more than you, it's that vast army of ex-stand-up comics who did one half-funny gag on Sunday night at the London Palladium in the middle 60s and have made a fortune doing game shows ever since. Oh, good evening! And your name is Cynthia, and you'd like me to patronise and humiliate you on the...
It's getting increasingly pissed off.
Evening, and your name is Cynthia, and you'd like me to patronise and humiliate you on the off chance of winning a cheese maid. Chicken chappies, more like complete and utter bastards, if you ask me.
There's a urinal on the wall.
Mate, chicken chappies, more like complete and utter bastards, if you ask me.
Yes, I don't think anyone will be asking you, will they, Eddie? Tarby is just a simple jester. An honest broker from the Bank of Smiles. I was only saying so to Marty Kane just now before her last trip to South Africa. So I'll thank you to keep your embittered communistic treason to yourself during tonight's intercourse with Tarby and friends.
I am not having intercourse with Tarby, and that's final.
Well, what a surprise! 4 minutes into the episode, and Eddie Catflap delivers the most tortuous old double entendre in history.
It was a great gag.
Social intercourse, Eddie. Social.
Phew.
We shall talk about subjects far above your head. Poetry. Fine. Poetry. Above your head. Poetry. Fine arts. Golf. Golf? Oh, that reminds me. I must bone up on Tarby's book of golfing anecdotes. They are the greatest work of Ing Lit since Dick. Dick Inns, Eddie. Dick Inns.
There's only one thing I...
Dick Inns?
Dick Inns, Eddie. Dick Inns.
There's only one thing I hate more than golfing anecdotes, and it's this. It's a close run thing, though.
This is brilliant stuff. This is classic. Well done, Tarby. Oh, listen to this one. Listen. Lynchy and I had taken time off and flown to Spain with Greavesy and Parky and Tom O'Connery to play some golf with Leslie.
Leslie?
Yeah.
They were playing golf with lesbians. Fantastic. Do you think Tarbuck's a feminist then?
Leslie Cravery, Eddie. Leslie Cravery. He's just another one of the great guys that make up my fantastic showbiz gang that I belong to and you don't. Shut up, I'm telling you the great anecdote. Lynchy lined up to tee off.
Well, I wish you'd bloody tee off and leave me to smoke my fags in peace.
Lynchy lined up to tee off and said to me, "Gosh, Tarbo, we swigged so much pop last night being great guys together and being such great big showbiz mates, but I bet I missed this next shot." And blow me down, but he did. He missed it.
Oh. That's the anecdote.
Touché, Harvey! Oh, that was brilliant. No, the same thing has happened to me 50 times.
Well,
50 times.
I can see it's going to be a pretty scintillating evening with everyone cracking Brillo gags like that one.
Yeah. Hey, maybe there's a series in it. Dinner at Rich's. An ultra-sophist chat show. Good evening, this is the BBC. Tonight, Sir Richie Rich will be talking to the Queen, the Pope, and, of course, the Tarby.
It'd be a disaster. You get completely drunk and make a pass at the Pope for wearing a dress.
Bloody good telly, though.
True. So, what incredible 12 courses are you going to cook for these fantastically amiable showbiz chums of yours?
Well, we must play to our strengths. We must not overreach ourselves.
Right, yes.
How does 12 boiled eggs sound?
Usually like this.
Nice gag, Eddie, and totally unexpected. Perhaps a little sophisticated for BBC Two, though.
I can just see it now. How's the golf going, Tobbs? Oh, really? Do you want to hear a really stupid joke about an Irishman being stupid? Oh, wait.
Well, what do you suggest, then? You're supposed to be my friend, you vicious, freeloading parasite.
Smiley Edling to the rescue. When I was watching TV AM in the lab this morning, I saw this fantastic ad for a new mag called Ponzi Cooking. And when you buy part one...
Ponzi cooking.
I saw this fantastic ad for a new mag called Ponzi Cooking. And when you buy part one, you get part two completely free.
That sounds like a marvellous offer, Edward, and one not to be missed.
Well, actually, it's just a rather clumsy setup for a gag later on.
No, what a shame. Let's go to the newsagents anyway.
Okie dokie, diddly squat, over we go. Don't ever say I'm not there when I'm not needed.
You're not there when you're not needed.
Thank you.
Ready, Eddie?
Ready.
Let's go.
Right then. Blimey, the Newsagents has got a lot closer since we moved into a smaller studio.
Shut up, Eddie, shut up. You're spoiling the magic for everyone. Oh, look, the newsagent. Hello, me old darling. Yep, it's me, Richie Rich. Don't faint, treasure the moment. Here's a pic. Put it in the box you keep for precious things and show your kids.
I'm sorry.
Influencers, whenever they go out in public, this is how famous they think they are. Yeah, they're not.
Don't faint, treasure the moment. Here's a pic. Put it in the box you keep for precious things and show your kids.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. One of the cool type, are we? Gonna boast to your friends, are you? I met Richie Rich this morning and I pretended I didn't recognise him. Hee. What a sad little life you must lead.
Are you mad?
That's what it's Amy, yes.
A little bit,
Excuse
yeah.
me. Do you have part one of Ponzi Cooking with part two completely free?
Certainly. £1, please.
Aha! I'm afraid I have no money, so I'll just take part two for nothing, shall I? You stupid slag! Come on, Richie!
£1, please.
I'll give you a mental for next programme.
I shall send for the police.
I'll give you a mental for next programme.
I shall send for the police.
No, you won't, darling, because your part's over. Yeah, it's the end of your scene. Back to the doll for you, love. 5 lines, thank you, and good night. Well, I must say, this looks very interesting.
She's crying, you know.
That, Eddie, is the biz. It's a tough life.
It's a tough life, dearie.
I mean, look at Arthur Mullard. She used to be quite attractive.
I still quite fancy her.
Yeah. Well, I must say, this is very interesting. Must learn to read sometime. Right. Sort of. nice health food. When I eat, I like to dice with a heart attack. Let's have a good traditional English roast with a...
Oh, wow. Oh, dear.
When I eat, I like to dice with a heart attack. Let's have a good traditional English roast with a coronary thrombosis to follow.
Right, let's make a shopping list.
Yeah.
400 pounds of oven chips. Right, well, that seems simple enough.
Better check the larder first. Waste not, want not. Always remember there are poor children in the world.
Oh, the little poor children.
Yes. With their cosy little terrace dwellings.
The roaring fire.
Bread, cheese.
Dripping.
Add a little love. Makes a meal
Fit for a king.
I honestly think they're happier being poor.
Yes, or perhaps not.
Oh, well, who gives a toss anyway? Let's check what's in the larder. Any food?
Only a couple of dirty mags. I'm sure there's a reason why we shouldn't be doing this, so I just can't quite put my finger on it at the moment.
Try not to overtax your tiny mind, Eddie. At the moment, it's concentrating on breathing.
Oh, shut up, you stupid slag! The check's in the post!
Yeah, who the hell's so do you think this is anyway? I'm the famous one, love! Come, Eddie. Let us go to the supermarket.
Right.
What a rotten shop! Isn't there anything you want to buy? For example, Crusoes. Bite-sized, cruise missile-shaped lumps of potato-flavoured snack. Warning, this product gives you cancer.
Blimey, everything gives you cancer these days. You can't blow off without someone telling you it's carcinogenic. Mind you, in my case, I think it probably is.
Probably. Ooh, careful, Eddie, you'll get grabbed by the dick. Ooh, we really didn't get arrested by the store detective viewers. It was just a pun we were doing. We have every intention of paying for this item, every intention. Ooh, Eddie, ooh. We really didn't get arrested by the store detective viewers. It was just a pun we were doing. We have every intention of paying for this item, every intention. Ooh, Eddie, ooh. It'd be funny if somebody knocked that lot down, wouldn't it?
No door. Also.
Not particularly now.
Disappointed myself. Come and eat for fruit. It is, of course, the absolute sophist thing to offer fruit at the end of the meal. So refreshing, and of course it comes in jolly handy for the sex games.
No, not this.
Oh, look, ridiculous.
Oh, this is disgusting. All this fruit is crushed and bruised. I shall write to Esther Ranson.
Ah, for meat, Eddie. Ha, load up a trolley full. They'll have been playing golf all day, so they'll be ready for some hearty vitals.
Just look at this little lamb chop. It was probably once a pig, gambling about in the mountains.
Yeah. Dying. You know, Eddie, I could quite fancy myself as a farmer.
Well, it's a good job you do fancy yourself, because I can't see that anyone else is going to do it.
Eddie, do you see this frozen...
Well, it's a good job that you do fancy yourself, because I can't see anybody else doing it.
You know, Eddie, I could quite fancy myself as a farmer.
Well, it's a good job you do fancy yourself, because I can't see that anyone else is going to do it.
Eddie, do you see this frozen chicken?
Yes?
Perhaps instead of frozen tackle, teach you not to cheat Richie Rich.
Richie Rich, do you see this frozen chicken? No, I think you do.
Ha ha! Touche, Eddie. Come on, let's go and pay for the stuff.
I've just remembered why it is we shouldn't be here. We have no cash.
Eddie, I am a celebrity! Celebrities don't need money.
Next.
Boo! Hello, love, it's me, Richie Rich. Mwah. Look, it's just this packet of Cancer Crunch and a trolley full of meat. Let us off and I'll give you a mention on the next probe.
£200, please.
My dear girl, you don't seem to understand.
When you go for a lunchtime meal deal at Waitrose.
And I, Richie Rich, am offering you, nobody, a mensch on the next probe.
Right, I can see this is going to require some subtle handling.
£200.
How does it feel to know that you're a checkout gal and you've reached the peak of your potential?
How does it feel to know that you're a talentless git and you never even had any potential?
I see.
£200, please.
Oh, shit.
Stitch that.
Blimey, Richie, I think you're on there. I know, come on when I see it.
God's sake, this is ridiculous! Somebody here tell Donkey Face who I am!
We don't know. Who are you?
You jest. You cheap! I'm one of Britain's top comic talents.
Say something funny then.
Yeah. If you're so funny, Richie, why don't you say something funny?
Just go on, say something funny.
All right, then, all right, I will. Plop. Damn, mistimed it.
Please bring on to get the manager. Mr. Forsyth!
Listen, bitch! I was once continuity link man on TVS. I don't see why I should have to pay for my food.
Listen, dickhead. No money.
Listen, dickhead. She sounds like Alexi Sale in The Young Ones.
I don't see why I should have to pay.
ABBA, Swedish. I knew them when they were a Lancashire clog dancing trio.
Pay for my food.
Listen, dickhead. No money. No food.
You know, you're the sort of girl I could really fall in love with. However, no time, because, Richie...
Yes.
Run! I meant through the door.
Sorry. I thought they'd never give up. That Mr. Forsyth certainly had some stamina. Still safe and sound at home now and plenty of time to get on with my wonderful dinner party.
That's what you think. But I have been thinking.
Well, wonders will never cease. Eddie Catflap's been thinking. Put out some bunting, organise a street party, let off some fireworks, telephone the Queen, give everyone a week's holiday. The man with no brain's been thinking. Everybody go to the lavatory in amazement.
You don't know how you wound, Richie, you really don't. However, no matter, because you will soon be in Priz.
Priz?
Prison. You have just aided and abetted a robbery in front of Mr. Forsyth and 50 mad checkout girls. I, of course, am all right. I was just the mysteriously handsome bloke in the huge attractive trousers who vanished without a trace. But you're Richie Rich, and you'll be going to Priz.
You're not all right, darling. You're not all right. Because I shall squeal. Yeah, I shall sing and blab. And then I might even spill a little bit. And I shall buy a lighter...
You'll certainly spill. Pretty boy.
Blab. And then I might even spill a little bit. And I shall buy a lighter sentence with the names of my accomplices. To wit, Edward Catflap. And then I shall have a facelift so you can't exact your blood-curdling revenge.
You'd need a forklift truck to lift your face, matey.
Well, at least I've got a face, not a sort of collage of bogies and sick.
Just because you never get any girlfriends, you think you can take it out on me?
Me? Never get any girlfriends? Ha, that's rich. It's you never get any girlfriend.
I was out with a girl last Wednesday.
Eddie, that was your mother.
I still got a snog. Well, more of a fight, really. She beat me senseless.
Oh, she beat you senseless? That must have taken at least 10 seconds.
15 seconds, actually, Richie.
Eddie, we are about to be...
Oh, she beat you senseless. That must have taken 10 seconds.
That must have taken at least 10 seconds.
15 seconds, actually, Richie.
Eddie, we are about to be sent to Devil's Island for 1,000 years. Tarby's coming round for the most important dinner party of my life, and you're babbling on about your insane...
Do you know, I've mentioned this before, but I just need to mention it again. You know, I watched a couple of, I watched quite a few, really, old episodes of The Young Ones, sort of yesterday and the day before, and today I've watched a few episodes of Bottom. And, you know, there's a lot of similarity between all the shows, those two and this one. I can't say the same about the comic strip yet, because I've only seen one episode. And it wasn't even a proper episode, it was the pilot that they made in the hope that it'd be picked up, so it's not the proper show yet. But even though that, you know, there's so much similarity between the three shows, they still managed to keep it, like in every show there's a new, like, context or plot or whatever you want. So in The Young Ones, they're all students, and, you know, Rick's playing a communist, idealist, revolutionary. He plays a medical student. Yeah, and they've all got their own thing, the characters. So Nigel's character is a suicidal hippie, miserable, and in Bottom, they're just two hopeless losers that never get anywhere with girls and sort of thing. So even though the characters that these two play are similar across the three shows, I mean, you could call each show after the previous one like a sequel, a spiritual sequel or spiritual successor, even though it's not a direct sequel. Even though Bottom is kind of a sequel to this, because the two characters they play in this are the same in Bottom. But they kind of are, because they're very similar people, but they still do a really good job of keeping it fresh. And yeah. Because it's weird, because it feels similar, but it also doesn't. Each show feels brand new and nothing to do with any of the others, even though you still see some parts and elements that clearly are. So that's definitely something worth praising. It takes a lot of skill to do that. Anyway.
10 seconds.
15 seconds.
What I've just said probably made absolutely no sense to anyone but myself, but that's just how I feel.
Richie.
Eddie, we are about to be sent to Devil's Island for 1,000 years. Tommy's coming round for the most important dinner party of my life, and you're babbling on about...
Anyway, one thing that's definitely constant throughout every show is that these two are the biggest enemies. Rick and his character always hate each other.
Island for 1,000 years. Tommy's coming round for the most important dinner party of my life, and you're babbling on about your insane mother. We're up Block Creek with no loo brush. I'll telephone my agent.
That's a good idea. Let's blame him.
Oh,
Yeah.
your agent.
Hey.
He's really helpful.
What if you won't take the rap?
Tell him we'll go to the papes about his children's catalogue.
Nice thinking.
He's what?
Hello, filthy. Yeah, God bless. Look after Mum. Drive safely. Listen, you filthy, evil porno merchant. Me and Eddie are in deep trouble, and unless you take the blame, we'll tell the world the truth about your so-called stage school.
Please, daughter, please. Please. Listen, I am not a well man. This morning I coughed so hard I sucked my trousers up my backside. Now listen, Richie. Nobody needs to take the rap for this. What you have got to get yourself is an alibi. Yeah, no, don't shout, daughter, don't shout. There's only so much an agent can take after only one bottle of aspirin. Now look, Richie, alibis are easy. You're a comic, right? Well, loosely speaking, of course. Yeah, you were doing a show. No, that's easy. All we have to do is to get you a real show tonight, and then Eddie can crawl around, surreptitiously turn all the audience's watches back to the time you blagged the store. Yes, I know, just the venue. Trey chic, Trey boner. Yeah, only the nicest young ladies need apply.
Right, if this works...
A peep show, filthy. What if Darby finds out? I shall be thrown out of the Royal Order of the Charitable Self-Publicising Showbiz Bogotters.
Don't worry about the Bogotters, Richie. They were in here themselves half an hour ago, but they had to leave because they ran out of 50p.
How's my boy Richie doing? I wouldn't want to face that audience, Richie. They're getting a bit restive at the moment. Trying to see if bouncers really do bounce.
Don't bother the act, Edward. Richard has got enough to concern him already, what with being crap. Anyway, I thought you were...
He's got enough to concern himself with already, but with being crap.
Would. Richard has got enough to concern him already, what with being crap. Anyway, I thought you were supposed to be running round the audience turning their watches back while they ogled the girlies.
Well, I was trying to, filthy, but the hands are moving too quickly.
I just got that. Oh dear.
Trying to, filthy, but the hands are moving too quickly.
Right, that's it. Richie, you're on.
Oh, my God, I'm not ready. How do I look, darling?
Not good, daughter. Trey bollocks.
He's absolutely bloody right, you know.
Philistines. Oh, I better get on with my superstitions.
What are you doing, Richie?
It's my superstition. Whenever Titch, Uwe, Madam, Don't Start Me Off, Juicy went on stage, he always did this.
But Titch Juicy was notoriously awful.
God, you're right.
Boys and girls, lads and lasses, please welcome to the stage a very funny man indeed, the world-famous Mr. Richie Rich.
The world famous, checks notes, Richie Rich. World famous, yeah.
Here we go. Break a leg.
Okay.
Oh, get off your leg. Shut up, shut up. Hi, God bless, and if you can't be good, be careful. Right. Good. It's full up in here, as the vicar said with his hand up Sam Box's blouse.
Your tits.
But seriously, folks, the good Lord gave us one good
It's like in the live show. Have a wank.
present, and that was the gift. But seriously, folks, the good Lord gave us one good present, and that was the gift of laughter.
Get off!
And thank God the likes of Tony Benn can't take that away from us, although he'd probably like to, wouldn't he?
There's a joke then, you fat bastard.
Hey, I hear Arthur Scargill's blind stick lost his hairdresser. You have to laugh, don't you?
Not at you.
2, 3, 4. Happiness, happiness. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you one and all. The greatest thing that I possess, the smile of a child, a beautiful woman, just simply being British. And let's thank the mums too, shall we? Hello to all the mums. Here to keep an eye on Dad, are you?
Hey, Richie, it's not going very well, is it?
Thank you, one and all. Thank you. God bless. Happy hunting. And if you can't be good, be careful. And if you're in a car, do please drive safely. Thank you, and good night, one and all. I love you all. Well, tough try, but I think I got the measure of them. Oh, that's kind. They probably couldn't afford flowers. That's probably do for our nice dinner party.
Richie, I've got some rather bad news for you.
You're under arrest.
That's the bad news.
Oh, come on. I wasn't that bad. I may have stumbled on a couple of punchlines.
It was our alibi. It collapsed. Mr. Forsyth, he followed us down here. It's press for us.
Are you coming quietly? sir?
No, it's just the way I walk. Don't back down. I want my public to know that as you led me to the block, I was still cracking woofers.
Very well, sir. Did you say whoopers or ancient old double entendre that everybody else gave up in the playground?
Oh, what a clever thing to say! How brainy you are! Got a degree, have you? Just because you earn 4 times as much as a nurse, you think you can cheat Richie Rich, do you?
Now, that's what I like to see. A good old-fashioned bobby.
Don't worry, Richie. These days prison food is quite acceptable. Mind you, it's not so nice when they nail you to the table and shove it up your backside.
Well, Eddie, the long and winding road is over. The great God public claims...
He's still got the food in his fucking pants. They don't help themselves, do they? Trying to avoid going to prison.
The long and winding road is over. The great God public claims another weary showbiz victim. Oscar Wilde, playwright, arrested for his beliefs. Lenny Bruce, comedian, arrested for his beliefs. Richie Rich, celebrity, arrested.
We're going nicking down the local shop.
It'll be the trial of the century. I shall be tried in majestic splendour by a jury of my peers. Parky, Carby, Lynchy, Sue Lawley,
Annie Diamondy,
Debbie Greenwoody,
Selena Smithie, Maggie Philbini.
bloody hell, what a fantastic jury! Hey, we might even be on for a bit of a sex sesh after the trial.
Yeah, too right.
You're definitely
Of
not.
course you won't be there because you'll be in prison. I'll be all right though. I'm going to plead insanity.
Damn, let's face it, you've got the evidence. Let me out! I need a lawyer! I want my lawyer!
Shout, Richie. It oscillates the atmos and rattles my phlegm. I found you a lawyer.
Who?
Met him outside. Known him for years. Spurty. Pervy Sir Peter Spurty, QC. Bit of luck in being here, really. You'll get anyone off if you buy him a dirty mag. You remember when the whole Tory cabinet were found in that child brothel discussing declining moral values?
Clear as a bell.
Pervy Sir Peter Spurty got them off.
Right. He's the man for us. Bring us our lawyer. Wait him on, Pervy Sir Pete.
In there, Spurty.
Blimey, that was quick. Well done, the police, say I. Why these left-wing committees keep sniping at them is beyond me. If you don't want to get beaten up, you shouldn't be poor. It's as simple as that.
Richie, shut up. Watch your Spurty. Me and my mate Richie are in a bit of a fix and are going to end up doing 5 to 10 in the slammer. Unless you can stitch the jury, rig the judge, and buy off the pigs with a serious...
5 to 10? If it's a first offence, they'll be lucky if they get a year. All they did is steal a bit of fucking chicken. And to be fair, the woman on the till assaulted Richie, smashed him over the head with a bottle, and, you know...
A slammer. Unless you can stitch the jury, rig the judge, and buy off the pigs with a serious kickback.
Please. This is England, Eddie. England.
Yeah?
Not Birmingham.
I know it's a joke, but that is even more true today than it was back then. Birmingham is not England. It just
England.
isn't. Have you seen the things that happen there? It's literally like a different country now. Like, people have gone there, like YouTubers, and they said they feel like they're not in England because it's just so different to anywhere else. Not just little things, like everything's different. All the customs and the way people act, the way people do normal everyday, it's just different to everywhere else, and not in a good way. Like, it's a really strange place, Birmingham, these days. Try and avoid it if you can. Like, I know people still go there a lot, to the NEC. I went to that once. Fair enough. If you've got transport that takes you straight there and straight back, but don't dawdle in Birmingham. It's a very funny place. Just be careful.
Please. This is England, Eddie. England. Not Birmingham. And the British Bobby cannot be bought.
You, shut your face.
Sorry.
What are you offering?
I am not offering anything. You must speak to my lawyer.
What, old pervy Spurty?
Right, now, everything seems to be in order here. I would stand by you, Richie, but lost causes depress me. Toodly-woodly.
Right, Spurty. Do your stuff.
Your Honour, I wandered into a garden under the impression it was my garden, and on seeing various items of women's laundry hanged on the line, I naturally assumed that my wife had done some washing, and I began to gather tin for her. The fact that I live in a high-rise flat and am not married is entirely circumstantial evidence, and hence inadmissible.
Right. Well, we'd better escape.
And fly in the face of Leon Britain's Law and Order initiative? Never!
There is no choice. The meat is in my trousers. Toby is coming round in a couple of hours to hear his fantastic golfing anecdote, and you're banged up in the slammer.
Don't be disgusting! I have never been banged up the slammer in my life! You're right, we've got to escape.
I have a plan. What we have to do is set up a complicated system of stooges to find out exactly what the guards are up to. Then we dig 3 tunnels and hide the dirt in our trousers. We forge some German documents and make the clothes of some French peasant workers out of these blankets.
It's a great night for dying!
Then we wheel the wooden horse out into the exercise yard. Yes. We build a glider and we pole vault over the fence. What do you think?
Pathetic!
Let's do it then. Yeah!
Well done, Eddie. I'm sorry I doubted you. Your plan worked brilliantly.
Yes! Shame about old Spurty getting shot by the Gestapo.
No, the SPG, Eddie. The SPG, not the Gestapo. They're completely different things. The Gestapo, speak German.
Well, we're all right, and that's all that matters.
Of course it is, Eddie. Safe and sound at home now, and perhaps now I can get on with preparing for my fantastic dinner party. Empty the big trousers!
Okie dokie, me old spunky cocksparrow.
Now then, I've invited Tarby, Lynchy, Parky, Brucey, Tommy O'Connery, and you and me. Have we sufficient comestibles?
Oh, I don't know about that, but here's the grub.
It's all me.
Lord, Eddie, how did you get so much meat in your trousers?
Okay. Now that's a double entendre.
Good Lord, Eddie, how did you get so much meat in your trousers?
That's what all the girls say.
Smut is the last recourse of the emotional cripple, Eddie. It's a psychological truism, but people talk about that which they cannot do.
Oh, and is that why you're always talking about acting, plot pants?
Perhaps there is a land beyond the oblivion of brain death, Eddie, where your cryptic observations will be understood. But to us earthlings, they are mere mashed potatoes. So keep them to yourself!
Richie, it's your choice. I can either stuff the meat into the oven, you into the oven, or the oven into you. Which is it to me?
The former!
The former?
Someone said.
Well, that was the one where the oven
Meat.
went in... Look, it doesn't matter! Tarby's coming round in 10 minutes and we haven't cooked a thing! Let's please get this stuff in the oven!
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll never get it all in.
It's very clear. I'll never get it all in. That's so clearly just a hollowed out prop. Look, just go straight to the bottom.
I'll never get it all in.
Sounds a bit rude.
I think I'm going to need something to lever it in with.
Sounds a bit ruder.
No matter how much I stuff in, there's still loads more waiting to be pushed in.
It sounds even ruder than it was before.
Thank you for these observations, Eddie. I just feel that every culinary exchange should be accompanied by the mad rantings of a brain-dead vegetable.
Right, there we are. It's a light.
Where's Tommy? Oh, God! Oh, God, Tommy's here! Oh, God, it's Parky! It's Tommy! It's Lynchy! The whole gang's here! For God's sake, don't do anything rude, Eddie!
Hope I'm not late, Lubies. Here, I bought you a bottle of wine, but I drank it in a taxi.
Oh, God, I forgot I'd invited you, filthy. You're hardly going to impress my showbiz friends.
I'd be impressed if you had any friends, Richie.
Right, that's it. I'm serious, that's it. Your invitation's withdrawn. Go away now.
Oh, go on, daughter, do me a favour. Where's your sense of humour? Only a bijou jokette.
Oh, joke. Oh.
Of course I'll impress your friends. We'll make a boner little team. The financial artist.
The theatrical artist.
And the piss artist.
It's going to be a truly magical evening.
Those candles burned down fast.
Oh, keep it to yourself, Eddie. Much time has passed. I'm swathed in melancholic pathos. Shut up, Eddie.
I think you've been stood up, Richie.
Oh, shut up, Eddie.
Oh, shut up, Eddie.
After all I've done a show in a peep show, I've robbed a supermarket, I've been to prison, and the rotters haven't even turned up. Fate deals me blow after blow.
I'm starting to know when he's going to do it now.
Blow after...
I might start using that myself. When someone says something that can even be vaguely, I'll just go, see if they know the reference, and I bet most don't.
Blow.
What time did you put on the invites, love?
Well, 8 o'clock. Look, I've got them here. Tarbies, Bruces, Lynches, and... I forgot to post the invites.
Dinner is served.
Yes, dinner is served. Jules Holland was in this. Who did he play? Michael Redfern. Yeah, I know him as well. So who was Jules Holland then? Well, that's the end. Okay, very good. Ow! Okay. So there we have it. That's the end of another episode of Filthy Rich and Catflap. So 3, the dinner party. Yeah, again, it's just, it's hilarious, isn't it? It's unlike anything else, and in this episode, they went shoplifting, ended up in prison. Richie did a comedy stand-up show in what was, I think, a strip club, where the audience was using their hands too much to have their watches taken off by a second person. Make of that what you will. Yeah. Because there was a dinner party, so he needed food. Because he's an actor, he thinks he doesn't have to pay for food. Yeah. Everything goes wrong. Whatever these two try to do, it always goes wrong, doesn't it? I mean, Eddie couldn't even put a bet on Miss World properly. He put a bet on Miss China because, was it 180 to 1, I think, rather than the favourite. Yeah. Or was it 1,000 to... Whatever it was. Yeah, They can't do anything right, these two, their characters. Which is ironic, because the actual people playing these characters just do everything right. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. So, yes. That'd be a good idea to start September with a bit of Rick and Nade, and Nigel, and Ben Nelton, and Paul Jackson, and etc, etc. No doubt this month I'll do the last well, definitely this month, last episode of The Young Ones, and then the documentary. Which I came across, not yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I know there's a documentary that I'm going to watch. There's probably a couple, but the one I saw yesterday pop up, it seems to, the title alone told me that it's going to answer a lot of questions I have about that show. So that'll be coming up soon. Also, on the Patreon, forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, on the Patreon, basically everything that's early access and what have you. What was the new show that I started? I've forgotten what the new show is. Oh yeah, right. 2 Doors Down. So I did episode 2 of 2 Doors Down 3 days ago. So I think I'm going to be bringing that back because that episode was really funny. That's why I put episode 1 up last night. Was it last night or the night before? Yeah, it was the night before. That's why I put that up, because I think this is now a show that's fully back. So, yeah, expect to see this back, and it's going to be an early access show. So it's first on Patreon and then YouTube. And every other show as well. Just, yeah, if you go onto the Patreon, there's a full list in the About section telling you everything you need to know about each show, whether it's early access, exclusive, or whatever. I think I'm going to add price of tier that you to join to access each show, so people know what they're getting exactly. So go check out the Patreon, because all the shows that I'm going to be ending over the next few months, which is going to be Limmy's show, Manual Language, The Young Ones, that's going to be the best place to get them. And I'm going to be starting a brand new exclusive show on the Patreon soon as well. And a mystery drama. I haven't mentioned anything about this, except that I'm planning a new drama show. I haven't made any clues about what the show actually is. But it's a very, very popular show. It's not Breaking Bad or anything like that. It's historically accurate. And it's about something that I've always wanted to learn more about. Not World War II either. It's not about World War II or World War One or the Titanic. Let's put it that way. But it's historically accurate. It's based on a very significant event in history. And that's probably going to become a theme as well over the next few months. Historically accurate stuff and stuff based on like things that are grounded in reality, but they don't have to be based on actual events. And there's another show that I've got in my head already that I toyed with putting on the channel a while ago, but it didn't happen. I don't know why, but it just didn't. But I've reconsidered it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with it. Because, well, why wouldn't I? You'll see what it is anyway. So that's all to come on Patreon. Yeah, that's it. So thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, and go and follow the Rumble channel as well, because I'm going to start putting more content on there than YouTube. In fact, I've got an announcement coming up regarding the Rumble channel. Very important. It's a big change. So I'm going to do a live broadcast probably tomorrow or the day after. Make sure you're around for that. It's very important. Yeah, that's it. So keep an eye out for that. I'll announce it in a post and schedule a live broadcast so that people have time to join it. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching. Have a good night, and you'll see me again very soon. So just be patient until then. Good night.